Now, I came across this from a friend of mine, and this truck was sitting, and I got it for $500. I've already did a little bit of work to it. I was kind of on the fence about whether I was going to make a video or not, but I did a LS swap on a Corvette and never had, I had plans of doing a video, but never ended up doing it. So I figured I might as well try to do something now. I don't know what this is going to amount to, but just stick along with me and we'll see what we can figure out. Coincidentally, when I was looking up this truck, getting some information on these older trucks, I actually came across a YouTube channel of 68 Whiskey Garage, or 68W space Garage, and you would see this same truck sitting in Kansas, and this gentleman was getting it running. It was a farm truck in Kansas, and he said it sat for 20 years. That's not the same gentleman that I got this truck from. So the guy I got it from, honestly, he didn't know. He tried to play a big game and talk about how he knew what he was talking about, but he said this thing had a big block in it. Obviously, it doesn't have a big block because, as you can see, it came factory with a 350, a small block Chevy. That is what's in here. I suspect it is a numbers matching truck, but there is no telling, and I'm not really worrying about it. I don't worry about whether it's a numbers matching or not. Some of the work I've already did was I've replaced the master cylinder. I've got to reseal this. This is leaking. It does run. Eventually I'll get a video of it running. These seals are bad, so it's leaking and it's actually blowing out of here. That's my plan for today, is get this, start squaring a lot of this stuff up. But the main thing was it didn't stop, and it wasn't running when I first got it. I just put some oil in the quadribog there, and gas in the quadribog, and it actually fired up, and it actually sits on idles. But the accelerator pump is inoperable. Yesterday I finally got it up. I had to fix a few lines, put a few unions in the line because it kept blowing it out. It was a necrotic thing. This truck is, from the Midwest, so there's a lot of rust damage in it, as you can see. I mean, there is a lot of work here. This is more of a tinkering project and less of like trying to make a SEMA-worthy quality build here, because that's not what I'm about. I just want to resurrect this junk and put it back on the road. You can see, it needs some body work. Needs to replace the dash. The seat is in rough shape. Coincidentally, it did have some bad smelling gas, but it wasn't like really bad. And I ended up throwing about 2.5 gallons of fresh fuel in there. I already had some trying in there. I did get one of those little auto siphoning things that's got the end there. I put it down in there, and then I lost that little auto siphoning valve. And I said, fluey with it. I just threw some fresh fuel in there, and I said I'll just run it and try to overcompensate for the bad for good, and try to run it out. And I'll just run out the fuel that's in there. Moving on, you can see there's a lot of tremendous rust. These were the original rims that were on this truck. On all four. One of them I took it off at the guy's house because I ended up getting some 3/4 ton rims, 2001, 2008. I think they came off a van, just for rollers. I need something these things need tires, but I got all matching set rims, but the rims don't mean anything. They're just there for rollers right now. It does have all-wheel drums around. I don't like that. I'm not a big drum guy, but hey, you take what you can get for right now. You see, there's plenty of rust. The tailgate wasn't on the truck from the guy I got it from. And then me and my son, we put it back on there. It's on there. It's obviously it's so rusted. Like I had to put a ratchet strap here to bring it together so that the dial pin that sits down in there, or what's in here, it actually latches on. It sits and goes in like that, so they actually fit. Other than that, just stay tuned and hopefully I'll get some more content on here.